Okay, Ayush, tell me something about yourself.
So my name is Ayush Sharma. Ajitra, Rajasthan. Brought up in Muktsar, Punjab. Thereafter, I moved to Udaipur to pursue my graduation in mechanical engineering.
Okay.
After that,
Friends, yes, today is 30th of June. So half year ended. So in this half
yes, sir.
year, for example, obviously it will end after 4 hours. So in this 6 month, can you tell me some of the major news related to India?
So India has, sir, in 2023, India laid the objective of the Amrit Kal, which is the, the period between 75th to 100th anniversary of independent India, in which India laid foundation of Saptarishi model. India what it stands at global level by engaging deeply with United States of America.
Okay. See, from 1st of July, actually, India's financial year starts from 1st of April. Can you tell me any organization whose financial year starts from 1st July?
Sir, Reserve Bank of India.
Bank of India.
Yes, sir, Reserve Bank of India.
Okay, Reserve Bank of India. Can you tell me any reason why this?
Sir, so it is an accounting exercise that all the scheduled commercial banks and regional rural banks deposit their balance sheets to the Reserve Bank of India on 1st April. Thereafter, it processes those balance sheets. So to maintain a balance and the synchronization, Reserve Bank of India carries its financial year from 1st July.
Okay. So, for example, recently means in May 2023, it was announced that 2000 rupee note means by 30th of September, you have to deposit if you have. For till date, obviously, it will be a legal tender. So, 2000 note was highest denomination note you have seen in your life. Can you tell me the highest denomination was 2000 note highest ever denomination in Indian history, or any higher denomination note was also released some time back?
Sir, in my information, it will be a rupees 10,000 note that has
When it was?
existed. Sir, I'm unable to recall the exact year.
Okay. Okay, so for example, at this time we are banning 2000 rupee note, means in the sense that we are trying to at least restrict that. And for example, in rupee 1000 note, which was demonetized in 2016, it was started in 2000. So, and what 10,000 you said, it was before 1978. Don't you think that was actually not required? Whosoever has recommended that, obviously I cannot doubt on the knowledge of that person. But don't you think if present era, if you see, then 10,000 was very big amount at a time. Even for example, 1000 salary was not there. So it was just a bad decision to release or to issue 10,000 rupee note. What you understand?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, if I like as far as I understand, as far as I have studied, rupees 10,000 note in 1980s would have been a very bad decision. There might have been reasons which I am unaware of due to which it was brought as a legal tender. But as a prima facie, it looks like at that time taxation rates were so high that having rupees 10,000 wealth was also considered a very big thing. So either it was for a very less number of people and it wasn't for masses to suit the adaptability of masses.
Okay, because you continue.
Hi Ayush. If you don't mind, can
Really,
you
sir?
just switch off your fan? Like it is
Okay,
causing some.
surely, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay, good evening. As I can see in your dad that you studied from some college named after Madan Mohan Malviya, right?
So my father works in.
Oh, okay. So can you tell me some of the contribution of Madan Mohan Malviya to India?
Sir, so Madan Mohan Malviya was a social reformer and a pioneer of modern education. He played a pivotal role in India's independence struggle, giving it a direction, aligning with Indian nationalists, and also establishment of Banaras Hindu University.
Okay. So to which faction of nationalists he originally belonged during the
Sir,
freedom struggle?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall that. He must be a moderate.
Yeah, he was a monk. So, like recently, you must be heard of the 279th report of Law Commission of India on UCC, that is Uniform Civil Code, right? And even our Prime Minister of India also, in his one of his speech, highlighted that we should go ahead with the implementation of UCC. So, what is your opinion on this? Whether we should allow UCC or should we wait, or should it not be allowed at all?
So the Uniform Civil Code implements a uniform law for all the religious practices across all religions and ethnicities across India. As per it is mandated as per Article 44 of Indian Constitution, and there have been certain derogatory practices across all religion which mainly target women. So the main benefit of Uniform Civil Code would be simplified legal system and end of discrimination in name of religious laws for women. So as of now, we can think of removing those derogatory laws which are present in personal laws of religious communities to begin with. Meanwhile, we can also have build confidence among all religious communities that this act in future will definitely play a pivotal role in India's in aligning India's legal system.
But as you said that, like by implementing UCC, the position of women will be in good status. But
So
we see
prima
that
facie, I'm saying.
yeah, there is already a triple talaq kind of law for Muslim women, and also similar kind of laws for other religious women related to other religion. So won't it be a cumbersome process? Like we already have something, we are still
So,
implementing.
but that's just one aspect that a separation law has been introduced for Muslim women. There are also issues of child marriage which are prevalent in different religions. There are issue of multiple marriages. So all these also put women on a different pedestal when compared to men. And as a progressive society, India seeks to be such practices needs to come to an end.
Do you think that child marriage comprises under this? Like,
Sir, like child marriage is allowed under the personal law. So if we remove those barriers in personal laws which allow continuation of such practices, so uniform civil code would not only be an imposition of homogeneity on religious society, but it would seem as a step which looks forward to reform and homogenize the legal system of India.
okay. But like you see, you're from Rajasthan, and we see that despite having a law against child marriage, and even Ram Mohan Roy 200 years back, and there was a law also passed regarding this under the governorship of Lord William Bentinck. Still, we see the prevalence of child marriage in Rajasthan. So, what could be the possible reasons?
So in Rajasthan, it is particularly due to the low literacy rate, higher unemployment rate, and historical factors.
What causes to took 200 years is still we are unable to literate them in this regards.
So Rajasthan having low population density and people live in small pockets. So there is no direct administration to curb this practice.
Okay. Recently, our Prime Minister went to United States, right?
Yes, sir.
So, like this Prime Minister and the External Affairs Minister, they held this kind of relationship between India and USA to the next level. They're saying that it is the the one of the best possible relations can have between two nations. So, like if we see the tendency of United States, like what they did with Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, don't you think India should be a little cautious while dealing with the United States?
Sir, post India United States relations haven't been very good since independence, but after the start of 21st century, we see a transformation in India United States relationship, which was initially based on balanced diplomacy and moved ahead in sectoral manner, starting from the India United States nuclear energy partnership. After that, we saw that India signed defense information exchange memorandums with the United States of America. So India has been following a cautious approach with United States of America, and also time and again US has shown that it shares some exceptional relation with India, as far as we see that it didn't impose any sanctions when India purchased S-400 from Russia, or it allowed India to purchase Russian Russian oil in amidst the United in Ukraine Russia war. So though US can be an unreliable partner at times, but the approach India is following and the feedback United States is providing, India and US relations seem to be in a glory in coming century.
So, what caused USA to allow India to buy S-400 and not the Turkey, which is a member of NATO? So, what are the strategic advantage that USA is seeing in India? Like with partnership with India, what USA can benefit? Even it is not allowing Turkey to buy S-400, but it allowed India to buy S-400.
So as far as Turkey is a US ally and India not holds that position, India is a strategic partner. But still, due to the and rise of China and United States of America wants to establish a strong foothold in Indo-Pacific region. These are the two reasons due to which United States of America sees India as an exceptional partner. Thirdly, I would contribute to the India's large demographic presence in United States of America. Indians constitute merely 1% of US population, but they contribute 7% to USA's economy.
Okay. We have been seeing in the news that 5G technology is being hailed by every technocrat that it is going to change the future of digital technology or the digital economy. So, can you tell me some of the disadvantages of 5G technology?
Also, fifth gen technology would enable faster and more precise attacks on computer system. The denial of services would create a barrier which was in a very fast exchange of information. Internet of Things operates on fifth generation technology, and any cyber attack on Internet of Things would leave us impaired in terms of physical communication.
But 5G technology is all about improved speed and ease of transaction. How will it ensure the cyber infrastructure, prevention of cyber crime? How will it ensure? Like you're saying that it
So
will help in preventing the frauds, right?
no, sir, I'm not saying it will help in prevention of frauds.
Okay.
I'm saying that if the technology is useful for us, it will be also provide equal access or equal to the hackers or antisocial elements which are present in the cyber sphere. So they would be in a position to efficiently attack on our servers. They would be efficiently enabled to yield the denial of services or denial of Internet of Things. The disruptions would be created by them. So we need a cybersecurity framework before we proceed with fifth generation technology in field of internet communication.
Okay. How viable is the transition to solar energy? Like we have been saying that we must be going with the renewable resources, but you know that the life of a solar panel is just 15 years, so it is going to create another set of problem. in the form of electronic waste pollution, right? So how
Yes,
viable
sir.
is transition to solar energy?
Sir, so solar energy has like solar plant has an initial setup cost, and the operating cost is there is no operating cost involved in solar plants. But like over a period of time, after 15 to 20 years, the solar cell it becomes an electronic waste. So that is one challenge which is posed by solar energy. Secondly, is that India as a country only
No,
assembles solar
I'm not
waveform.
asking you the challenges. I'm already posing you the challenges. I'm asking how viable is transition to solar energy? Like, is it
So
like, yeah?
yes, sir, the transition to solar energy is viable because there are two factors which act as a barrier. One is economic cost and second is environmental factors. So solar
Yes.
energy over a span of 20 years, if we do a break-even analysis, so the solar energy over a period of 20 years causes less pollution and less environmental damage. Also, it is pocket friendly. So considering these two factors, solar energy is viable in long term.
Okay. So you have been heard of sedition law, section 124A of IPC, right? It was
Yes,
brought
sir.
by British and they themselves in their country scrapped this law, right?
Yes, sir.
But in India, even the Supreme Court passed a judgment recently and decided the allowed the government to keep this law. So, what is your opinion on this?
So sedition law provides under Article 124(2) provides curbing any for curbing sedition against the country or sedition against the country.
Article
The
142.
section no, sir, section 124(2) of the Sedition Act it prevents making any derogatory remarks or any statements which can lead to the which are harmful to the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the
But
nation.
we
And
but we see that the conviction rate under this section is just 8% or somewhere less than 10%, right?
sir,
So
it's
if we
below
see the
1%.
sorry,
Sir, yes, it's there is a very minimal
so
conviction
yes,
rate.
like if we see that it is rather a problem than solving a problem. It itself a problem to the
Yes,
idea
sir.
of freedom of the citizens.
Sir, I'm like in a very recent judgment, Supreme Court has stalled the implementation of sedition law
It
in a
is no,
very
it
recent
is
judgment.
it put it on hold, but recently it allowed the government that this law should be kept.
Sir, so there like as you rightly mentioned, there are challenges with the sedition law. The police personnel are not very well trained in terms of the sedition law that how delicately this law should be used. They rightly file a criminal charge in name of sedition law, and when the matter reaches courts, judiciary scraps down those charges in name of only sedition law. So a minimal use of sedition law and a sensitization of police needs to be introduced if we are keeping the sedition law in place.
Okay, so like in these days we have been saying that the financial talking everyone is talking about financial inclusion, right? But we are also forgetting an important aspect of digital economy, that is the cyber crime. So how do you see the paradox between financial inclusion and the cyber crime? Because the major stakeholders who are affecting negatively with the idea of financial inclusion are the poor who are being made victim to the cyber crime. How do you see this thing?
So government has been trying to provide financial inclusivity to poor over a digital medium. The Jandan Aadhaar Mobile Trinity has been a pivotal example of this. But India's exposure to cyber threats and cyber crimes makes them really vulnerable. So, in this situation, we can proceed with cyber literacy and digital literacy both hand in hand so that people are made aware that they don't have to share the vital information that is provided in their cell phones. They don't need to share the one-time passwords with anybody who asks. In this way, we can ensure a balance between financial inclusion and cybersecurity.
Can you suggest me some measures? How will you, if you have made some executive, how will you, convince the people or persuade them to not fall prey to such criminals?
So, sir, we can channelize the third pillar of democracy, which is Gram Panchayat. Gram Panchayat, like majorly the illiteracy rate in rural areas is higher, so we can channelize the Gram Panchayat to make people aware through Gram Sabhas that the measures they have to follow while they are doing transactions in an online medium.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ayush. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ayush. So, for example, you have discussed many type of challenges and all. So, in 2023, any challenges which have emerged or which you saw in news, specific to CAPF, that was mentioned due to that thing, we are not working efficiently in terms of internal security, or in this area, a specific need is required to reform or to change?
Sir, I missed your question. There was some internet
I'm saying
connectivity issue.
Yes, in terms of CAPF in 2023, did you track any news where it was mentioned that CAPFs are facing so many challenges? Any CAPF you can take as a case and can say what are the challenges they are facing, and any suggestions given by any author, any committee, any expert in 2023 news?
Sir, so I read a report by International Civil Aviation Organization, which mentioned the challenges faced by Central Industrial Security Forces in guarding sensitive and hypersensitive airports. It mentioned that the CISF lacks, firstly, budgetary allocation for state-of-the-art technology required for a zero-error performance on airports. The walk-through metal detector channels are also not that efficient, so CISF personnel have to do a manual checking also. Thirdly, their shifts they are overburdened with their duty hours, so there is a high chance of lacuna at their end.
Okay. So is there any suggestion given?
Sir, Government of India formulated Joshi Committee for Central Armed Police Forces betterment,
Okay.
which mentioned the rationalization of working hours, emotional guidance, psychological counseling,
Okay.
and timely promotion.
Okay. So you said about CISF. Obviously, this is one of the big problem. For example, just American satellites are tracking a small piece of capsule which lost somewhere in Himalaya, and our CISF, for example, with a scanner and all, they are not able to differentiate whether in, for example, safety razor, blade is inserted or not, is there blade or not, or for example, I have personal experience, yes, just open the things. These things are small, but for many things they are doing manually. So is it lack of professionalism or lack of incapacity or just something else?
Sir, so it's a lack of budgetary allocation for armed forces, I'd say. Major chunk of the budget expenditure on armed forces go in payment of salaries, which is a revenue expenditure, and the minimal portion is spent for capital expenditure. So the requirement is that we enhance our technological capabilities alongside maintaining the professional ethos of the armed forces.
Just take, for example, Indian Armed Forces. You can say entire Army, Navy, and Air Force, and you can also take Coast Guard. So, for example, their combined strength, let us take 1.5 million. and 1 million people are there in CAPF. No doubt, the
Yes, sir.
pension bill is much more in armed forces. What
Armed
is,
forces.
yes, that is the bigger burden. But anyway, for example, it is 66% you can say personal are here. So in just rough estimation, can you tell me if 100 is budget of defense ministry, then what is in terms of CAPF combined? Just a rough estimation.
Sir, the Ministry of Home Affairs allocates, sir, like if I'm not wrong, like if I had to venture a guess, it would be merely 17 to 18 rupees.
Okay, okay, okay. That creates problem here, na, ki we are having very less. See, every time defense budget is discussed properly, yes, government of India has allowed this thing. But I think that Central Armed Police Forces with 1 million of strong personnel facing challenges on day-to-day life, still there is no discussion general on platform. Anyway, is there
Sir, I
any,
can't hear you.
I'm
There's a,
saying, okay, I'm now listening.
yes, sir.
Okay, I'm saying the 1.5 million armed forces are discussed everywhere in terms of budget and all. And these 1 million people's budget and all are not discussed in mainstream media. They are given that this is the reason now you are not knowing. In fact, we are not knowing, we can say. We are not
Yes,
knowing
sir.
because there is no much discussion. There was no much uh, uh, that information and highlight and all. Okay. Anyway, for example, any you know about any government committee or something recently in last couple of years or this year or something, any committee has been formed to reform our CAPF?
Yes, sir. Joshi committee was formed
Okay,
to
okay,
mention reforms and challenges in Central Armed Police Forces.
okay. Who is Joshi? Who is Joshi?
Yes, sir.
Who is Joshi under whose command that committee has been formed?
Sir, I'm sorry, I haven't read much
Okay, okay.
on
So
it.
simply just you take Joshi. You should have taken Sarman also, Sarma Commission. So who know who is Ayush Sharma or somewhere else is Sharma. Okay, okay, no problem.
Sir, I'll look
So,
into that.
yeah. Okay. No, for you, for example, belong to Udaipur. When we come to Udaipur, they are, for example, famous for different Rajput kingdom. So in actual, obviously, we cannot trace genealogy to a very long period. But whatever in history, and you know, who was the first great ruler, or you can say a significant ruler who established Udaipur city, what it is means it looks like.
Sir, so Udaipur city was established by Maharana Uday Singh.
Before Uday Singh, what was that?
Sir, so before Uday Singh, Chittor was the capital of Mewar Kingdom,
Okay,
and
so
Mewar Kingdom per se was established by Bappa Rawal.
okay, okay. So before, for example, Udaipur was made as a capital or major city, what was the condition of Udaipur?
Sir, so Udaipur didn't have any lakes. There was Udaipur wasn't like it exists today. It was just a group of villages. So on a very first instance, a Lakha Banjara was appointed to to dam a boundary across a mountain so that Lake Pichola could be formed, and the old city of Udaipur, whose foundation was laid by Maharana Uday Singh, was erected alongside the boundaries of that lake.
Okay, so one reason you had said ki in Rajasthan literacy rate is low. Anyway, in Rajasthan, what is the
Yes, sir.
means digital penetration, or you can say mobile connectivity percentage?
Sir, that is also low compared to national average.
Okay, okay, okay. So for example, for that thing, for example, digital literacy, since, for example, many schemes like health for every and all are given. So in terms of, for example, mobile, it is everyone's need. So why digital penetration is less? Because everyone wants to, at least I should talk to my friend, family member. And here, obviously, government will not push ki go and purchase mobile phone. Actually, this is the people's initiative. And also, for example, some of the things, Jandhan account, and for example, MG Narega bases, etc., that are, for example, connected with your mobile phone. In spite of that, why there is low penetration?
Sir, so Rajasthan has its own scheme which is e-Mitra. It was introduced in 2020 in 2018, if I'm not correct, 2008, 2007, 2008 it was launched. So majority of the villages has this e-Mitra connectivity, due to which people didn't adapt shifting to cellular devices. Secondly, sir, Rajasthan has high poverty rate also. It has a multidimensional poverty rate of 28%. So a large chunk of population can't afford to purchase a smartphone.
Okay. A smartphone is not required. Bihar has much more that multidimensional poverty than Rajasthan in that case. And I see, I did not see any person without mobile phone, even not a smartphone, then at least they are having feature phone. Okay, see, a smartphone is always not required. It is feature phone also that works now. Mobile connectivity doesn't mean a smartphone, because a lot of people are not knowing even how to operate that. That I'm asking now. So you said about e-Mitra scheme. So people going there and doing their work, but they also need to talk to their family, friend, and all, na? Yes, Ayush, are you listening? Ayush, okay. Okay. So just last question.
Sir, I'll leave the meeting and rejoin.
Okay, already it is finished. Okay, just one question was supposed to be asked. Okay, just leave.